drum hit your face, you be like. When the bass drum hit your face, you. Drum hit your face, you be like. When the bass drum hit your face, you be like. When the bass drum hit your face, you.
Brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Cody's brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Ride or die, 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 ride or die. Cody's brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta ride or die.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Welcome to another TPL matchup between Legion 90 or 201, almost said 901 for some reason, and 263 Division Hispania. This will be played on Mortain, and it's going to be interesting. Mortain is a very interesting map if we do get out of this little screen right here. And at the bottom, we do indeed have live stats for this one. So I think we're just waiting for that little map flip to happen. But in the meantime, like always, we do have to shout out the Okay, it's not Division 3 Week 2. I keep on forgetting to change that. Let me change that real quick. I am very, very good at my job. This is Division 6 Week 3 on Mortain. There we go. We do indeed have that there. Bring back up the score. And bring back up the caster in the top left of the screen. I think we are just waiting for the go-ahead to actually get the map flip. But we are going to be playing on US Southern Roadblock. So this is a heavy allied favored midpoint for the allies, which will be Legion 201 in this case. And then the axis will be Division Hispania when this does indeed get the go to flip live. And let me just make sure my desktop audio is good. Get the audio all set and done. Hopefully it does not continuously count down at the bottom, and it is continuously counting down at the bottom, but that is a-okay time being. And we will on at the top. And we will fly into admin cam. So might have to ignore the little bottom part of the screen. But yeah, this is Mortain. This is going to be my first Mortain stream that I've ever done. So kind of excited to see. You can kind of see the top part of the map up here on a big old hill. It's actually very odd just to see everything. Like, I want to fly around and make this map a little bit longer. But as you can see, the score did flip at the bottom, so we will be good to go with the live sets. I don't have to do any sort of weird editing, but yeah, I just want to fly around for a bit. But let's not fly around too much, and let's talk about the map right now. So US Southern Roadblock, obviously it is very catered towards the allies. And you might think like, oh, the allies have an easy time holding this. It's so into their favor. So, you know, they can do a lot with, you know, Southern Roadblock, but so can the Axis. The Axis, you know, do have access to a lot of soft cap in the south. And one thing that I think a lot of teams don't realize with Southern Roadblock is, yeah, you get basically the full, you know, hard cap on your side of the map, but, you know, if the trucks stop kind of where the smooth mark is and they don't really move up and don't try to challenge like the main, like midline, that actually sets up the Axis up for a nice little retake, because, you know, if they build like a garrison down here, I can pain down here because I am a squad lead. If they do, like, you know, set up a garrison right here and garrison right here, they can't get one in the hard cap itself. They would have to get one, you know, somewhere up here or even down in here. And looks like they are going to set one up at my pain marker that I just painted not too long ago. So that's going to be very interesting to see. Looks like they are marking out some garrison spots that they want to do. They already have a forward battery garrison in case things really go south for them. Does not look like they are spawning in any extra vehicles. Nodes are all down. Let's look at Division Hispania, or 263 I should call them this game. I think they're loading 2 trucks down here. I wonder if this player's rocket sniping. Looks like he is not, but they did bring a lot of stuff up. Looks like they brought all 3 trucks to this south. So it's going to be a very cap-centric push that they are going to do. I don't believe any team will be doing any sort of snipes, and we probably will have to be using the player highlights for this match, because this is a lot of trees on my screen, a lot more than normal. You know, you have Hurricane maps, or Hurricane Forests and Hill 400s of the world, but, you know, those trees don't have leaves for the most part on them. We'll follow Division 263 in. They look to build this garrison with the supply drop. That looks like any sort of rockets coming in or out. Looks like there's one coming out right now. I don't know if this is going to get hit or not. And very, very close. You know, you kind of have to do a little bit of a guessing game on to Mortain. But more valid rockets coming out. So those were actually really timed rockets from L201. but just unfortunately not connecting on either one of those. Jaguar now and Topo. As Sylvia does get one rocket into one of the trucks. Carlos will knock down a few. Jaguar tries to get a few as well. Rockets finally exchanging, and the battle for midpoint has started. 263 actually with a very good cap presence in, you know, the actual hard cap itself, just to the south of it. As just Kama down here, kind of holding down by himself. It's very important for 263 to gain as much map ground as they can. If you kind of see like this little line that is kind of like I'm imaginary, like I'm kind of drawing, you know, 263 getting, I think, a really good cap start. But they do have, for L201, some people coming on the back flanes right away. So far, this is all going into favor of L201 as they just are over half capped. Not quite sure who the heavy favorites are into this match, as looks like the Luke's tank did get taken down by the Sherman. So down goes the first medium tank of the game. If you guys are wondering what regions of the world that these two teams are from, I'm pretty sure Legion 201 is from the Central America or mostly Mexico region of the world. And then I think 263 is primarily EU, mostly located in Spain. But the first cap will go out to Legion 201. It should flip here any second on the ticker. At some point it will. I just don't feel like doing it right now. But cap progress already starting at farm. Looks to be just a few players in the back lines. Red Bull might have been on the garrison, might have actually taken it out. Looks like he did indeed take it out. Legion 201 forcing a little bit of a reset here as the Greyhound is driving around the hard cap, not really having a care in the world, but no ATs in sight, just box players and SLs. Lots of people hiding in bushes. Kama gets one. And Engineer will get the refrag onto him, holding that map edge for 263. It's very, very important that they keep this map edge. This map edge is probably the main push that 263 is going to go for, but, you know, nice little garrison network. You know, they do kind of have like a quote-unquote on-point Gary, but, you know, a strong Gary network around Roadblock, but looks like Cat's Up is on the garrison, but does get killed off by Denzi. Adjust my chair. You know, Mortain, you know, I feel like, you know, when you actually play the game, you don't really feel the incline or the elevation change, other than maybe going to the chapel point. But this is a very hilly map, very hard to do any wall snipes, and I think even more challenging to do even rocket snipes, but still plenty of time for things to develop. Looks like the starting medium as well also did get taken out by something. Must have missed that, as a Puma is starting to roll through. Not sure if Blore does have the rocket out. Probably will indeed kill that Puma, so that will be a dead Puma for Blore. Good on to him for taking that out. We do look at the map for Legion 201. Looks like the bottom garrison was probably wiped out by the Puma. They probably will look to reestablish that, but we do have, you know, kind of a nice little scattered line Now, 263 does own the bottom right sector square of Roadblock. As Kane knocks down 2 with the car. Sylvia loading his rocket. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of explosions and rockets being shot at bushes. Head down towards the border yet again. 2 ATs for L201. Topo providing good cover with the MG. And L201's push towards this border just a tad more difficult. As a aggressive airhead already from L201. Already on the field as SL is starting to push up. Does wipe out the OP that Blore just spawned on. 263 does make up some ground down here. I'm not quite sure. Looks like there is a garrison on the map edge. Question is Artie also coming down as well? I don't think he realizes it, as Artie does come down and kills him. He did spot the garrison. He can confirm that to his team. Back by this airhead. Like, 263 is on top of it. And Albert, quick with the rocket, does knock it out. Bomb and run will also come down as well, but it's going to be pretty much all for nothing. Might get a kill or 2 with it, but looks like he will, unfortunately for him, not get a single kill. You have our first Tiger tank of the game. L201 bringing up their first heavy. Well, in B8. Oh, just 2 offset points being the last 5th point for each team. He did see the point flicker a tad bit. All soft cap pressure. I think that's one thing about, you know, this point is probably the one of the most unique points in the game. Is a lot of it, you know, everyone says about, oh, you need to, you know, control the map to some degree to control the game. That means, you know, you need to control Chapel. It's not so much with Southern Roadblock, because like if you control a good amount of that soft cap pressure and you maintain a good hold on that soft cap pressure, you know, you could be putting the other team in a world of hurt. Just due to the amount of soft cap pressure you can utilize. Now, obviously, you can offset that by putting, like, you know, 3 guys into the hard cap, but, you know, the hard cap itself, you know, is, you know, I don't think it's that really beneficial. The MG is just trying to hip fire his way towards Kama. Kilo throwing some grenades. It does get blown up by a tank round, as cap progress does start to flicker back towards 263, but that's going to happen, I think, a lot this game if 263 does keep up this pressure. A straight run is coming down, trying to defend the garrison, which he does defend the garrison with the strafe run, so good on Commander Caruso. But if we do look at farm, like nothing really too much happening. Do have a spotter in the back lines, but 263 doing a good job of, you know, maintaining their front door as well as slowly pushing in through the north. Looks like they do have a tank back here. They have a, yeah, looks like they have a Puma. Puma rolling around in the back lines. Hypnos. Does hear the Puma. Oh, unfortunately, might have missed his opportunity. Does miss his opportunity. Misses his rocket. Puma's going to go around and tries to take out this backline garrison. She does indeed take out the backline garrison, but does get taken out, I assume, by the heavy tank. But it looks like L201 will rebuild that garrison in quick fashion. U63 now bringing up their one and only heavy tank. Could be having another on the way because they do have the fuel for it, as L201 has the fuel for it. Playing a little bit aggro on this heavy tank. Looks like he is getting smoked out, so he will retreat for the time being. As we'll head a little bit to the north. See what we have going up here. Inez does get 2 frags and an OP. Does wait inside of a bush. You can kind of see what these players are dealing with is there's just a lot of cover that you can shoot through. Inez does move up. NCs will hear him. Martinez does get the kill with the MP40. And his squad slowly moving up. As looks like something did end up blowing up. I'm not sure if that was... Oh, looks to be a... Ooh, looks to be the first 76. Yeah, looks to be the first 76 does go down to the Tiger tank. L201 playing a little bit aggro on their tanks to start off this game, already losing their first heavy. That is a good advantage for the rest of the game for 263, and see if they can capitalize it on this now. I have to deal with a lot of infantry, a lot of AT though. You can see on the kill count, it is dead tied, and you're kind of seeing L201 start to get slowly pushed back because the kills are starting to like leak into their favor. Usually when those frags do start to happen, it is that's when you kind of see some pushes being made. L201 did get the starting frag battle as this assault player running with the satchel. Trying to place the satchel onto the tank. As these guys hide in the bush together. Does hop on top of the tank. Unfortunately for 263, they have no idea. TC does hop out. TC does go down as well as an SL. Jaeger does get out as well. Hops on top of it, but unfortunately does get gunned down, and it's just the gunner inside that Tiger tank. right now, if we could hear the 263 comms that there's a satchel on top of the tank that Reich cannot get on top of, and that will be a dead tank for 263. What a run by that assault player, pushing that pushback. Didn't want to use that kind of acronym or whatever I just said, but I did use it. But now, like, all of Legion 201 taking up this ground. Little unfortunate for 263 there, but you know, still plenty of time, over an hour and 10 minutes for them to still mount something up. You know, they have some good ideas. They do have like a rep station built right here. Yeah, that is a 263 rep station, but unfortunately it's not going to be in use for usable a little bit. But I guess we'll head towards one of the other midpoints, the chapel, which is I think everyone's favorite point to fight over on this map in particular, other than, you know, the actual town itself. Kane does some investigating. I think he might have just burnt an OP. Looks like Fluky. All of them are waiting for supplies to land. Each team gonna destroy each other's supply drops. Two happening back there is Red Bull. He's going to crawl his way in the wheat field. And fun fact about these wheat fields is they are, you know, much shorter than like all the other wheat fields, you know, prior to this map coming out. So you really can't even like crouch run in them and get away with it. You actually have to crawl like Red Bull is doing. So is something to note of. Is this a garrison? No, that's just a dead trailer. Red Bull gonna... Did they build up stuff over here? Yeah, it looks like Legion or 263 actually did build up some defenses, so looks like it did build up some barbed wire. I don't know why this barbed wire is placed here. Garrison is down, so Red Bull is probably lighting it up. Is some barbed wire here. Actually a lot of barbed wire on this point. So 263 not taking any chances on defense to lose the point and have them gain that house advantage. As it looks like a Puma in the backlines yet again. What is this? This is like 263's like third or fourth Puma. Roam around the backlines. Burns an OP. Puma providing really good value right now. I don't know if he's gonna find the garrison. I think he found the garrison. They killed the garrison. And with that Puma, only 3 garrisons on the map for Legion 201. And the Puma is just gonna run away and escape. Those Puma providing massive value, taking a bunch of spawn points, a few kills here and there. And kind of is going to reset Legion 201 a tad bit as they need to get their garrisons reestablished, or, you know, if another OP or two does burn for them, they could be on the back seat. I'm also not quite sure if live stats are working. I'll give it a check right now, but yes, looks like they are somewhat working. I don't think this is quite accurate. Well, I think it might be quite accurate, but it's only bringing up 11 through 20 for some reason, but you can kind of see what people's main weapons are being used. So all 263's players. Don't know if it's going to switch or not. Maybe it does. I have no idea, but we'll switch off a bit. Another Tiger tank for 263. As the point is being contested, Legion 201 tank, I think, is going to try to engage it. Might have to turn down my volume myself on my own end, which I will do right now. As a bomb run for 263 is coming in, not quite sure where that's going to be. Just to be on the backline garrison as Valencia is on the backup garrison. So he's going to throw a grenade down. Does get the kill. Forces the player off the garrison. So it looks like he's going to have to probably restart. Oh, Doc is in. Doesn't know. Oh, he does not know that there's someone on the garrison. Maybe he does now. Does he see his legs? Misses his shots, but does get the kill. So good on to him. Making sure that garrison does stay up. Garrison's going to be probably marked. And that recon player will be back into the fights momentarily, I do assume, as another airhead is called onto farm. Like 263 is already on it. Looks like L201 also does have a garrison, you know, in a faraway spot. You know, that's one thing that you do see in these smaller format games, because this is a 35v35 game, might I add, that you do see a lot more airhead plays because they just have, you know, a little bit more manpower. Not as many people are dying from each team, so, you know, the manpower is always going to be in like higher supply, and you know, you can use a lot more reinforces and stuff like that when things get hectic. You know, you don't maybe have to hold on to them as long. You can like kind of willingly expend some of those other resources to, you know, more bombing runs as well. So you just see a lot more action from the commander ability use than you do in the 49s games. Emma. I think I've seen these two battle out a few times. They will hide in each other's bushes and not shoot. Probably trying to wait for their boys to come up, but OP is going to flicker the point a little bit, as a lot of smoke is being called onto the point. That is really, really good from L201, utilizing the smokes. I'm not sure if they just put down a satchel. Does not look like it. I think a satchel right now, destroying some of this barbed wire, will help them out tremendously. But Legion 201 not really getting any frags. The nice satchel is placed on the 2-story building. Actually, it's a 3-story. Never mind, it's a 3-story building. Red Bull is defending his OP. But Legion 201 does have that satchel onto that 3-story. And if this satchel does go off, which it should, I don't think it's going to kill the garrison, but they should start flipping the cap as soon as the satchel does go off. And cap does start to flicker into the L201 favor. Red Bull gets a huge frag. Flare is called in, as you can kind of see on the flare of where the 263 players are. I do probably expect a bigger spawn wave to happen on this garrison. I assume probably about 5 or 6 people will spawn on this garrison. Only 3, but that is going to be enough, as the SL Red Bull will go down. But Legion 201 bringing a lot of pressure now onto the point, as even Artie is coming down for them. And all it takes is one OP to kind of flip the game on its head a little bit. Legion 201 still caps, gets closer to half cap. I might have to go over there just to see how things will play out. But right now, it looks like a lot of commanders back here. I'm not sure if they have a half track or not. Oh, looks like they just had a supply truck, but unfortunately for them, they did not get anything going out of that. is getting a little bit dicey for honestly both teams, as Legion 201 is expending more people on the offensive side of things. But remember, the 6 and 5 lines are out of cap sector, so all this cap weight of these 3 players are not contributing to anything. But Legion 201 still with the main house control. I don't think the garrison is on point anymore. Oh, the garrison is still there. Only 2 players do spawn back onto it. They will defend. Satchel does go up. That probably was an L201 bombing run, or satchel. Like 263 is going to defend this point. As more bodies deuce back for 263 just to make sure that they maintain this defense, but they are kind of all surrounded. As a Tiger tank is being pinged out by the SLs, as some poor soul just died to, I think, a AP mine. Legion 201 still putting on the gas as they are starting to surround the point with more and more SLs. I'm very surprised not to see any 263 from the front lines, because all you do need is like a body or 2 just to kind of wrap back. And it looks like they are starting to do that right now with Chronic. I think that's how you say his name. He is just cleaning up some house. Or if he'll push this Legion 201 OP. One person does spawn in, but he will get knocked out. So good good counterflank there from that SL from 263. Oh, did this Tiger get satcheled? Tiger is not satcheled. It's just the gunner inside the tank now. His smoke artillery is coming down, so this tank gunner is going to have to probably switch to the driver's seat and get out of here. That progress actually did start on both objectives at the same time. And both just flickering back and forth. Fluky. Oh, Fluky does get headshot by the Tipfire MG. Looks like this Tiger tank will be A-okay, and so will 263 for the moment. You head back to the front lines. I have my... Okay, sweet. See, 263 now actually getting some backline practice is Maestro, or Mestro. Does indeed get a satchel on the butt of the 76. And for Legion 201, that is their only heavy tank on the point, and they are very secluded inside the US Southern Roadblock hard cap, or not hard cap, sector. Really nothing else going on for them. But I'm afraid as soon as this heavy tank does get popped, they might be getting some cap progress, and they do. A lot of micro battles happening everywhere. Trying to fly all over the place. Looks like a lot of 263 are on defense. Remember, this is a 35v35 game, so you know, you see about 12, 13 players on your screen right now. That's nearly half of the enemy, or half of your team onto defense. This Tiger. Looking to get satcheled. And Albert doing a good job of protecting him. Looks like that Tiger will be running away from this position. Nice little MG spot. Might know that there is an OP. Wolf probably does know that there is a OP from L201. Just locking it down with the MG. If anything does happen with it. Let's see. Looks like 263 has finally recovered after that little scare, and you can see the kills on the kill count, like super even, just teams just trading with each other left and right. And I'm pretty sure that does include artillery, tanks, and all that, like all kills. I think that includes everything. So, you know, extremely even for the most part. You know, just goes to show you what, like, that it's not the map. I mean, the map kind of maybe might dictate the total amount of kills because it's Mortain. People are, you know, be playing a little bit slower. But it just goes to show that these two teams are indeed pretty even as far as skill level goes. A lot of focus is being centralized onto this Tiger tank as it is marked out multiple times from multiple squad leads. Like there is a 76 coming as well. That is going to be Jackson's tank. I'm not quite sure if this tank is driving out of bounds. Looks like he still has a little bit of room to maneuver. Trying to get a view of this tank. I think he is indeed trying to find that Tiger tank, and as you can see, you can't see anything at all through the woods. But at some, like, I feel like at some points you do need to take those shots out of like those pop shots, especially like on this portion of the map. Like both teams can, you know, indeed trade each other out. Like you can shoot through these trees. You just need to not hit the tree. Valencia, it's a two-piece. It's called out, and for some reason I don't know whose artillery that is, but smoke artillery being called up these tanks. Looks like Bravo Squad Lead just consistently marking this tank for his buddy. It's a good squad lead play there. I was trying to find where that Bravo Squad Lead was, because that is something you kind of need to do in this kind of situation, is consistently mark these tanks. Maybe get a free, you know, free damage through the trees. That does happen down there in the south. This main road starting to be controlled by 263 now, as Garrison is being tested over. Richard does get fragged down. Cat's up. Too many DJs. Martinez. It looks like they will be back to buy a 76. Need DJs. Does get taken out by Dobson. Sounds like we do have a precision strike coming in. Oh, never mind, it's a strafing run. Well, we did have a precision strike coming in onto one of the 76s. Unfortunately, it was. It's like we do finally have a tank fight that we could observe as this Tiger does take one round in and does get taken out. I think he got not quite sure what tank actually killed him. I think it was this 76 right here that did indeed take him down. I do want to say it was this tank right here. Yeah, I think it was Hickman's tank. So good on the Bickman for getting that kill onto that Tiger tank, as another airhead dropped again in the roughly this. I think it's the exact same spot together again. Maybe the different side of the house. Yep, right here on top of this thing. It looks like they are going to use the classic bombing run airhead combination. But it does not look like 263 are en route to it quite yet. Airhead landing on its side, which is always interesting. It looks like the support player is indeed aware of this airhead. So at 48-15, that's when the first spawn wave will occur. The flare does get popped by the spotter. At 15 seconds remaining onto the spawn wave. It's going to be a battle of these two players, as EDU does throw some grenades on top of the airhead. Misses his grenade. A spawn wave does occur. He kills one, kills two, kills three. Will get on top of the airhead. Unfortunately, the spotter not realizing that the airhead is not indeed clear, and the airhead will be cleared out. Heck of a play there from EDU. Steroids. I think that's how you say his name, but good play from him, knocking out that airhead spawn wave. It was only 3 players, but, you know, if those 3 players get that one kill, it could spell disasters, leading to a 1 pushing up a heavy tank, but Puma from behind. GG does miss his rocket, but a Puma, it's 1 shot into the 76, and will drive in front of him for some reason. I think the elevation now is going to screw up the 76. Now a bombing run from 263. Be on the border part of the map as more rounds are being shot. Injury. It's 1 into the back of the 76. I don't know what's really honestly going on right now, as a lot is happening everywhere. You can kind of see, like, this is a very chaotic map. I feel like. So I just don't know what's going on. There's a lot is happening everywhere. L201 is actually starting to lose the point. I just think it's from just no one, just honestly, these 2 players in the hard cap in that house. It looks like that Puma did end up going down to the 76. As Luixo dies. Laura gets the refrag. It's dying. Of course, my headset is dying. I look at the map now. Legion 201 probably trying to reestablish some stuff in the south, as it sounds like an airhead is called back on Roadblock, as someone pinged something way far away. I don't know what's being pinged out there, but maybe there's, you know, some reinforcements coming for L201 in their own HQ. The unfortunate thing for this airhead is it's not going to be backed up by any sort of bombing run. It's going to have to be Valencia and Cats up that will have to defend this airhead, as Valencia does get taken out. Airhead will indeed land. Not a bad spot for the airhead, but unfortunately, oh no. I hope that means airhead. Good job, boys. You did it. Hell yeah. Don't know what they said. I don't speak Spanish or Portuguese. I'm pretty sure that was Spanish, but good on them for getting that airhead. Get that combat score up so you look better in the Archon, but maybe the server stats are not going to just show. They'll show the top killers for 263. Not quite sure if we can get Legion 201 on here, but it looks like Jimmy with 33 kills. It's not going to be a lot because it is Mortain. I will say that right now. It's Mortain. This map, you know, it is 35s. It's Mortain. It's going to play slower, but you know, Jimmy leading the way. I'm not quite sure if we'll get anybody else. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I have no idea. But 263's kills. Not looking too shabby. Maybe we'll flip over one more time, as I completely just missed a tank kill on screen. I do apologize about that. Did not know Rafa was a absolute hound dog with the rocket and does take out 263's tire tank when two guys were repping it, but good on to him, as he does indeed die to Jimmy or that SL. But it looks like Jaeger's gonna run around with the pistol. Jaeger does get shut down. He will go back to the HQ to get his other tank, whatever that may be. But looking at the map, 263 is, I feel like, kind of scattered everywhere. You know, you have these two players still in the house. Recon is still harassing the back lines. Carlos and all these boys have really not gained the ground that they want to gain, because they really do want to gain this ground back. If they do regain the ground, I feel like they have a really good shot, but fortunately for them, they just have not gained that yet. Ooh, big arty splash from L201. They must know what garrison is here. Don't know if there is. Oh, Artie will take that guy out. On wave on the OP. Blore pushing up, does burn the OP. Blore gets one, Blore gets two. Artie gets the third. Blore. Oh, and what a smart play from Blore. What a very, very smart play from Blore. That is actually a very, very smart play from him. I think he went to go for the hand dismantle and then heard the Artie round come and just decided he's just going to go out with his life, and does take out the garrison. So very smart play from him. That's what you like to see in these games, especially from the, you know, these smaller divisions. You know, the smart plays like that. Like, obviously he could have shot the rocket sooner. But, you know, just takes the, maybe one of the extra combat score. Darkborn does get shut down by Guanchi. But another Tiger getting harassed. But a Luke's in defense. Nice tank team play here. .263 bringing out a little bit of a tank column now. As for some reason, the P4 shoots his own teammate. We got the whole squad now together. Don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on right here, but all just high-five each other and then say, hey, let's go win the game now, boys. Got 40 minutes. Lots of time for 263 to come up with something, but L201 still holding strong. You guys have just tuned in. This is a Division 6 matchup between Legion 201 and 263 on Mortain, US Southern Roadblock, with L201 taking the first and only cap of the game. And they were, you know, multiple times contesting 4th point as well, but 263 have really held on strong. They are currently being slowly pushed back. As you can see, Legion 201 pretty much have taken the F8 sector and have been maintaining F7 for a very, very long while. It looks like a Greyhound in the back lines does get taken out. But honestly, if I'm 263, I have to probably load up my armor in the south and do something about that, because that's the way that you do win Southern Roadblock, is by pushing south all the way to the D line and then pushing north. You can't really, you know, kind of muscle your way through the back. You can't really muscle way through your main road, even though you should at the same time. Got to push the south. Legion 201 are doing a good job of maintaining that south. 263 making sure nothing funny happens. Where are the 263 or Legion 201 tanks? Looks like they just have one heavy tank, one medium, just kind of roaming around. Only 2 tank crews for Legion 201. This looks like Peter with the rocket. Down goes the Luke's tank from Peter. The 263 playing very aggressive with the Tiger tank. This 4th point is being contested. Just looks to be all sector presence for the most part. But Hypno's line and wait. I think they... Oh no, is he gonna get a run over? Does hop around. He will shoot it once in the butt. Oh, but this medium... The medium tank takes out the Tiger! Oh no, good play from Hypnos and this medium crew. This medium currently getting satcheled. Oh, but he places the satchel on the ground. No. Oh, this medium's going to escape with his life. Oh, a little bit of a heartbreak for 263. They had the heavy tank trying to flank around, doing something sneaky. Hypnos. This looks like 263 actually starting to gain some ground back, but they are indeed still surrounded at this border. We've been kind of seeing these guys the majority of the game down here, just battling over the border with Blor, PKT, Miguelo, Carlos, Kama. No big deal. All battling this border side of the map. You head back to the hard cap. Richard. There's a Puma back here now. Or if Richard's gonna take out the Puma or not. As the Puma just escapes. Just escapes. Richard actually goes for a redeploy. Get more rockets for him. I don't know why he stopped right there, but he did. Let's see these guys back here. Commander actually just walking in front door. Caruso. Or Curso. Not quite sure how people, you know, fully pronounce each other's names on this, but I'm doing it how I please. Doing it how I please. Yeah, another Tiger tank and an airhead is called in, so you can see Commander actually, I think Commander and an SL and a bunch of other L201 players actually in position for an airhead. Looks like they're also calling some smoke already down, but unfortunately for them, it's right in front of a Tiger tank. So I'm not quite sure if this Tiger tank is indeed going to maybe sacrifice himself to potentially stop this airhead play, because this is going to be a very strong play. This is going to be a very big push that L201 will attempt. Lots of smokes are being thrown. A few bodies are being popped by this Tiger. Airhead is coming down. Smoke already come down as well. Not quite sure if we do have a bombing run available. Bombing run has not been shown yet on the map. Smoke artillery coming down. Around the 19, 18, maybe second mark, the airhead should be live. Maybe a little bit before that. I didn't quite catch it land. It looks like Flynn trying to destroy the airhead. He was on top of it for a tad second. Surfo coming in now. He does kill Fluky. Airhead does get some people to spawn off of it. Oh, the airhead still up and running. And I don't think that airhead's still alive. The Tiger tank is legit on the airhead. People are rubber banding. And down goes the airhead after a team kill as well. So Terror doing a good job clearing out that small little push, and still driving in first gear. T-Lan trying to get a satchel. Fortunately for him, he is trying. A little engineer that could. This is cinematic as hell. Look at this. Wait, hold on. And he gets cut down. But more rockets come in, damage some tracks, damage the engine. Ones from Carlos and Jaguar. But nice rocket there from Zoob. Jaguar didn't actually shoot that rocket. Air hops out. Get one, but Carlos trying to get the angle. Too many DJs, misses his shot. Carlos with a golden opportunity. Now King does not know. Oh no, King. Trying to find him. Oh, but King shoots him through the window. Oh, what a smart play from Kane, just shooting him through the window right before the rocket. Oh my god. What a play from Kane. What a play from Kane. As bullet points are starting to flicker. 263 actually getting a lot more people inside the hard cap, and they do have the hard cap starting to be captured first. Hard cap is going in the way of 263 as they did get defended for a little bit. Agent 201 on top of the defense, as it looks like the Tiger tank did end up going down to Zuberisk. Good on to Zuberisk for getting that tank kill. More players do spawn off this OP. There's actually a P4 roaming around. Will get killed. The ATs for L201 have been, I think, the deciding factor in this match so far. We haven't seen too much of 263s because Legion 201, I think, have not brought out as many tanks as 263 has. As one player does die to a mine. L201 going on the full offensive now, it seems like almost a half cap. As a bombing run does land at the defense of Roadblock. And the tank right on top of that airhead will destroy it, so Roadblock will be defended. But farm looks to be all under Legion 201 control, as they are controlling the majority of the hard cap, it seems like, and the hard cap. Of the hard cap and soft cap, I should say. Not quite sure where the... Oh, looks like 263. The lone garrison in the north. Lone, I'm not quite sure where exactly the garrison's at. Looks like it's back here at German defense camp. So 263 mass spawn back onto defense. This will flip in favor 4-1 for Legion 201. Do take a look at the map. Legion 201 already set up a garrison on the border. Looks like they are dropping supplies. And they were going to build a garrison up in H6, but it looks like it did get destroyed. Legion 201 do have an idea of what they want to do to set up defense for farm. But 263, like, one thing that is hard about fourth points is you're going to have immediate, you know, hard trying to get, you know, like a retake, as 263 are doing right now with looks to be a Tiger tank, as Dark Baron does get one kill, or does get one rocket, gets a second rocket. And just like that, you know, 263 do have control of the initial hard cap itself. There's something down here as well. Oh, supply trucks. Supply trucks down there. But 263 kind of just easily flooding in from the defense point of German German defense camp. They do have a spotter over there. Run is coming down. Looks to be a Legion 201 bombing run. Hypnos does get more combat score. The DJs does get gunned down. Does get refragged before burning that OP. A little bit untimely death there, as 263 starting to get that recap as they start to flood the hard cap. I'm not quite sure if they have anything set up, but they do have their spotters back here, potentially waiting to build up a garrison or two. 263 full control of the hard cap, but this heavy tank battle honestly could decide a big portion of this cap. The Tiger tank is going to start the peak. Legion 201 sees them. They both miss. Jimmy misses with his rocket. Not quite sure who will have first shot in this tank engagement. looks like they both do connect on the one shot. I do hear another 76 up and coming. So down goes the first 76, but another 76 is here. Does shoot him once inside the turret. He gets shot back in the turret right away. Legion 201 should secure this tank kill, and yes, he will. So that will be an equal trade of heavy tank kills, as Legion 201 will to start defending the points. Not quite sure if Reinforce is down. Reinforce is indeed down. It is halfway gone through. So Legion 201 actually defending this mostly off of that tank kill and the Reinforce. Jaguar doing some good plays here. Not quite sure if he's burning some OPs or not. Looks like he is burning some OPs. Does have a Tommy gun. Does get a kill. And honestly, that's going to be 263's push kind of negated. I think a little bit saved by that second 76. And another aggressive airhead from Legion 201. And this is a of aggressive. He's calling for Smoke Arty. I don't think Smoke Arty can reach back there, brother. Hate to tell you that, but you know, I love the idea. Love the idea. Love the idea. You can see Surfo going all the way down in the south. All the way down in the south, just trying to get something up for garrisons. He does build one down here, but that is going to alert a lot of the allies to indeed engage him. As Pancakey, or Pancake, on top of the garrison. It will indeed get taken out. 263. Starting the wraparound in the north. They have basically full control of the front door of German defense. And you're kind of seeing that now. They're just pushing straight south. Reinforce is gone, might I add. Reinforce will be gone for Legion 201. So the best thing that they can do is just hope to get in the hard cap and maybe win some frags. Again, these kills super even with each other. Always within, like, at the most, like 10 or 15 kills with each other, as at the very most. As a Puma coming from behind, unfortunately does get a ricochet. Puma trying to do something, but will get taken out by Zuberisk. Good on the AT. Jimmy, fortunately, does go down. Legion 201 on the defense. You can kind of just see them just storming back up north, gaining that ground quickly back. Rapta does get an OP. Legion 201 really having done, you know, anything too much on the German defense camp. Looks like the commander is gonna try to build a garrison up in H4, get something to counterflank them. I think this defense point will be fully defended here in just a few seconds. does build that garrison in the north. Carlos and Dark trying to find Maestro. No players seemingly trying to move. Grenade does get tossed out by Carlo, or from Maestro. Does get a nice little frag kill. Put Maestro forward a little bit. Maestro pushing up. Try to find that OP. Does see some players spawn. Does get one. Does get 2 kills. And gets absolutely obliterated by Death Baron Shotgun. Holy God. What an absolute brutal death from the hedge line. Oh my gosh. Oh, Death Baron. Nice defense of his OP, but oh my God, I did not expect that guy to get blown apart like that. That is brutal. We have another Puma in the backlines? Oh my God, we have a P4. Oh, and the 76 is smart, and he is aware that there is a P4 behind them. And I think Catsup is communicating that right now to him, that, hey, we do have... He did turn around. He did try to pen him once in the... But he will get one popped. A little unfortunate. A nice effort from 263 there. But L201 just a little bit quicker on the ball. Take a look at the map now. We got two heavy tanks on the farm. Really nothing developing in this meat portion of between German and farm. It's mostly 263 control, which you kind of do expect. Looks like Red Bull and the spotters will hop on to the attack with 18 minutes to go. Remember, it does take 2 minutes to cap a point. There is no overtime, so mathematically, if it still stays the same with 4-1 and we do reach the 4-minute mark, that will be mathematically over. L201 will take the victory, but you know, this is plenty of time for 263 to mount up a comeback. But their 5th and final point is currently being contested. Very quite interesting how L201, despite having the actual houses, or like having the sector, they've really yet to secure anything other than the south side of the road. As Torp trying to get a satchel onto the tank, but unfortunately we'll just place it on the ground. See, the satchel, pretty sure is on the ground somewhere. I think it's on the ground. Pretty sure it's on the ground. Satchel on the ground. Ah, yeah, the satchel is on the ground. Oh, but the tank crew is fully decrewed. Satchel does blow up, does not really kill a soul, might have damaged a tank a tad bit. This tank crew is completely gone. All hopped out. They thought they were satcheled, but they're still alive, as they will spawn another 76. Looks like they do have a half track at Roadblock in case things really do go south, as it looks to be things are starting to go a tad bit south for them. If they lose this front door garrison, which they have held, you know, pretty well since capping this point, should be still looking good. Rocket does come in, not quite sure what it did shoot at or what its intended target was, but as we have no idea. But 5th and final point starting to get flagged a little bit. Only 2 OPs. As this, like they will start somewhat flipping it, but DJ's pulling on the defense. .263 trying to do whatever they can, going all the way back here. Just trying to look at the map to see where maybe some stuff are at. It looks like we have a tank all the way in the south. Another P4. And it looks to be a Puma. It looks like 263 are really low on resources. As looks like the 76s are trying to hunt them down. And this poor Puma gonna find the 76. The 76 actually gets a non-pen on the Puma. The Puma, oh, he tried to fit the squeeze. Oh my gosh. Oh, the Puma's running. And Carlos will finish him off with a rocket. Close one, very, very close one, but E4 going to run away in the back lines. L201 starting to build some rep stations. They have a little bit. I still have seen them build them like throughout the game. There's been some rep stations up. Just, you know, that's just unfortunate right there. Just dying an arty shell. What can you do about that, ladies and gentlemen? What can you do about that? This little skirmish that's been up here for about, you know, 8 or so minutes. Richard. It's one kill with the shotgun. Richard does move in. Trying to find this OP. Not sure if you found the OP or not. It looks like the P4 has been found out and has been taken out. Richard's moving up. He wipes out the OP. Oh, Sylvia does take him out. Down goes Richard, as Sylvia will shoot his body for good measure. Rep station finally built by Rafta and Luxio. But I feel like it might get immediately what just blew up on the tank? I'm so confused at what did the tank just run over a mine? I think the tank just ran over a random mine. Tiger does take one shot to the face. Oh, and the 76 kills the Tiger coming out of HQ. Oh, and that's gonna limit L2 or 263's armor for the rest of the game. They're probably only gonna have one, possibly two heavy tanks left, but seeing as how they're like always utilizing other tanks, I'm not quite sure how their armor's looking. If you look at the resource situation for L201, they have plenty of resources at the top of your screen. Plenty of resources for everything. So worst comes the worst, and they do have to fall back or, you know, put up a hefty defense. They do have the tools, at least from the commander's disposal, to use. You take a look in the north. Not a lot has really developed up here, just kind of sporadic firefighting. Two-6-3 getting good pressure as I am starting to lag a little bit. Two-6-3 starting to put a little bit of pressure. Did kill. Did killa. Did kill 4. Does get a satchel down onto Jackson's tank. Jackson unfortunately missing his pistol shots. This does seem to be one of the first heavy tanks to go, as both crewmen do hop out. Are gonna try to find the satchel. Oh no, no one's guarding the satchel. Oh, no one from L2 or 263 is guarding the satchel. And the satchel has been taken off. And this tank is good to go. So, nicely played there from the tank crew of L201. Jackson will get back into his tank and be a-okay, but in the meantime, I'm not quite sure. Yes, they did get a satchel onto this heavy tank. As these guys will hop out now. All 3 of them hop out. Not quite sure if Artie's gonna kill him in time though. Oh, the grenade! And this 76 will indeed go down by a clutch grenade from the SL. Less than 9 does remain. Looks to be the final bombing run. Looks like bombing run from L201 as they do start cap progress on the 5th and final point. It's just all L201 on this point. A little unsure of where the on-point garrison was at. It was, I think, over here at some point. Looks like that might have been taken out. But L201. The flare does get popped over. 263 is going to have to respond to this this attack as they are nearing half cap. As yes, they do have a huge spawn wave from the south. Man, P-Strike has come in. Not quite sure what he's... I really hope he's not P-striking the arty player. Where's he P-striking? What? I don't know. I don't know what he's P-striking. It's over and done with. Legion 201 still on that attack. All Legion 201 inside of this hard cap. We are nearing halfway to capped. R263 is starting some cap onto farm, but I think Legion 201, yep, Legion 201 is full sending onto German defense camp. 263 just, I think, spawning out of the bottom HQ there as a defensive bomber run will come in. Not quite sure where this will land. But this bomber run will kill a few players. So 263 do have about 12 seconds, 15 seconds to get inside this hard cap, or else it's going to be game over. Artillery trying to do the best that they can do, but unfortunately I think this will end in a 5-0 victory. for Legion 201 in this week 3 matchup, as Red Chat is absolutely probably going bananas right now, as you can kind of see on screen, they're all yelling. So this will end 5-0 in favor of Legion 201. Congrats to you guys, but also GG's to 263 for a nicely played match here on Mortain. Nice to see Mortain. I'm glad you guys did agree to play this and get the map bans for it. I think 263 did a really good job this game. I think Legion 201 just, you know, had the better footing and just played a tad bit better of a game for Mortain. But, you know, heck of a game from both these teams. That's going to do it for me. I think we have one more stream left this weekend for the Premier League. And let me just double check that of what it will be. That will be HRB versus RZN, so another Brazilian team matchup. But before we go, we will just look at the league standings of how this will affect the rest of the league with this victory here from Legion 201. So Legion 201 will be getting their first victory, but 263 getting their first loss. I'm not quite sure how the Rage game did play out, or if they had a bye this weekend. I think they might have had a bye. But Legion 201 and Rage will be the two undefeateds. 263 will be going down to 1-2. OF, I think, are 2-1 as well. So then obviously RZN, Red Zone, and HRB playing tonight to get maybe their first victory of the season. But that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and like always, have a good day. Take care. Bye.